Okay, so Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. My name is Hafi and I will be the moderator for today's forum discussion. So first, I would like to thank you to our lecturers and classmates for giving us the opportunity to share our ideas. Today, our group will discuss an important topic in modern education, which is online learning versus face-to-face learning. Which is more effective? So, as we all know, over the past few years, the education system has changed significantly. In the past, learning mainly took place in physical classrooms, where teachers and students interacted directly. Students attended lessons, asked questions, and participated in discussions with their classmates. However, this situation changed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Schools and universities around the world had to close temporarily, and because of this, many institutions quickly moved from traditional classroom learning to online learning. And according to international education reports, more than 1.5 billion students worldwide were affected by school closures during that time. As a result, online platforms such as Zoom, Google Classroom, and Moodle became widely used. And because of these changes, many people began asking an important question, which is, which learning method is more effective? Online learning or face-to-face learning? Some people believe that online learning is more effective because it provides flexibility and allows students to learn from anywhere. However, others argue that face-to-face learning is still better because it allows direct communication and stronger interaction between teachers and students. In this forum, we will discuss these two perspectives. Our discussion will focus on several aspects such as student engagement, accessibility to education, motivation and discipline, social interaction, and lastly, development of learning skills. During this discussion, we will also demonstrate academic language functions such as expressing opinions, agree and disagree, and responding to different viewpoints. Now, allow me to introduce our panelists. So, our first panelist is Haris, who will explain why online learning can be effective. And our second panelist is Mujahid, who will explain why face-to-face learning may still be more effective. So, without further delay, I would like to invite Haris to begin the discussion. Then, Haris, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Hafi, for the introduction just now. So, in my opinion, online learning can be very effective, especially in today's digital world where technology is widely used in education nowadays. So I would like to present three main reasons why online learning can be beneficial to the students and to also the teachers actually. So first is flexibility and learning pace. Okay, what I mean by flexibility and learning pace. First, online learning provides flexibility. Why? Because students, they don't really need to be in a specific place or time to attend the class. So they can access the lectures, the lessons, the notes, the materials through the internet. So for example, like many online classes provides recorded lectures. So the teacher records the lesson and then the teacher will give the recording to the students so they can access it even if the lesson the recording is in the internet, so the students can access it anywhere and at any time. And if the students do not understand something, they can watch the lecture again. So meaning that the recording is there, so the students can watch and rewatch the lessons to further understand the lesson better. this allows the students to learn at their own pace, because like they can rewatch the video of the recording, and then they can rewatch, and then they can understand it better in their own pace. In traditional classrooms, the teachers must follow a fixed schedule, meaning that for example at 8 p.m. there's a BM lesson, and then at 10 p.m. there's English lesson. So some students may need more time to understand the certain topics. So by online learning, the students can learn at their own pace. So online learning allows students to review the lesson until they understand it clearly. This can encourage independent learning.
Yes, I especially agree with your point about how the teachers they need international schools. The teachers and students need to be on a fixed schedule because, as we know, there are some subjects that might be a lot more difficult for most students to digest, such as maths or maybe biology. So if we do it online, they can just rewatch the lecture or the class and they can understand it better.
Yes, I agree with your opinion. Okay, so for the second one is accessibility to education. So online learning improves accessibility. Students from different locations can join the same class without needing to travel. So like, for example, students living in the rural parts areas or far from universities can still participate in online courses in their home. So online learning also allows students to attend webinars, workshops and courses from international institutions. So meaning that if I were to live in Malaysia, but the webinar is set on another country, for example like in Australia for example, so I can attend the webinar through online, through the internet. So meaning that I don't have to travel to Australia just to attend the webinar. So the online lesson is beneficial for me because I don't really have to buy the tickets to Australia just to attend it. I can just attend the webinar through the internet. So, but however, it is important to recognize that some students may face problems with internet access or devices. So therefore, the support from governments and institutions is important. Okay, so for my last point is development of digital skills. Another advantage of online learning is that it helps students develop digital skills. Like in modern workplaces, people often communicate through emails, online meetings and digital platforms. And then through online learning, the students learn how to communicate online, manage tasks digitally, collaborate using shared documents, and use educational technology effectively. These skills are very important in the 21st century workplace.
Allow me to add a little bit more to this. I also think that this is a very important point because, as you all know, some teachers in our schools today are a bit old and they might not be well versed in using digital technology. So this really is a hindrance for them to teach students today. And I think we really need to integrate these digital technologies from now so that in the future this won't be a problem. So that's all I am adding.
Okay, thank you Hafiz for that opinion. So now let me address the criticism of online learning. So some people may argue that online learning reduces interaction between students and teachers, and I understand this concern. However, many online platforms now include interaction tools such as breakout rooms and live chat discussions where we can chat to our teachers live using the message box, and then online quizzes and shared documents. So these tools can still encourage participation and communication. In fact, some students who are shy in physical classrooms may feel more comfortable sharing ideas online. So like if this particular student is shy to talk to their peers, so by doing online classes, they tend to get more comfortable when speaking to their peers and all the teachers, because they don't really have to face the other person. They can just message the intended question to the chat box. So I guess for the conclusion is that online learning offers several advantages, including flexibility, wider access to education, and the development of the digital skills. Therefore, when it is well designed, online learning can be a very effective method of education. So thank you from me for online learning.
Alright, thank you Haris for your explanation. Now you mentioned that online learning provides flexibility and accessibility. However, some students may find it difficult to stay motivated when studying from home. So my question is, how can students stay motivated in online learning?
Okay, thank you Hafiz for that question. I believe that motivation depends on both teachers and students. So teachers can make online lessons more interesting by including quizzes, discussions, and interactive activities. At the same time, students must practice self-discipline and good time management. Learning to manage time independently is also an important skill for future careers.
Alright, so thank you for that very insightful answer, Haris. Now we have heard the perspective which supports online learning. Next, we will listen to a different viewpoint. I would like to invite Mujahid to share his perspectives on why face-to-face learning may still be more effective. Mujah, please proceed.
Alright, thank you Hafi for that great question, and thank you for introducing me. Alright, so while I understand Haris' points about online learning, I would like to present another perspective. So in my opinion, face-to-face learning is still more effective for many students rather than online learning. Alright, so first is one major advantage of face-to-face learning is direct interaction. So in a classroom, when students ask question, the teacher can immediately give feedback, can answer their question if they do not understand something. So teacher can also observe their students' facial expression and body language. So in online learning, some students doesn't even open their camera where the teacher can see their faces and body expression. So this makes the teacher unable to assess the student properly, because from body language, from voice, intonation, and overall things, the teacher can know if the student properly understand or doesn't understand the topic on the time. Other than that, if the students are confused, the teacher can explain again and again or give more example until they understand properly. So this immediate communication between the students and the teacher help to make the lesson become better. And the second point is social and communication skills. So another important aspect of education is social development. So in physical classroom, students interact with their classmates through group discussion, conversation, teamwork activities, or even presentation. So when panelist Haris said that for the shy student, they can use, they can type in the box online, a live chat. It's actually, personally, I think it's good for their maybe comfort space. But personally, the shy student will lack in social skill, soft skills, where they couldn't manage to communicate with their other friend freely. So I think there's still pros and cons in online learning.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
So, what you're saying is that by face-to-face learning, students can increase their social skills.
Yes, personally, I think it's better for them to actually interact live, face-to-face, because in online learning, even when they type the answer, when they chat with each other, we couldn't really understand. Maybe sometimes they get confused, maybe they doesn't understand. And again, maybe they are freely chat, they want to chat online with their friends. Very good, yes, it's a very good method for them. But again, in real life situation, in real life work, the shy student, the introverted one, they will have face errors, they will face problem in communicating.
I see. Thank you, Mujahid, for answering that.
No problem. Alright, so back on the activities. Through these activities that I stated before, students learn how to communicate better, cooperate, and also respect different opinions. So, although online platforms allow communication, the interaction is, what do we call it, often less natural. And the third point is discipline and focus. Alright, so why did I say discipline and focus? First, face-to-face learning provides better structure and discipline. So students also follow a fixed schedule and attend classes in a structured environment. Again, it helps them stay focused and organized. But in online learning, students may face more distraction, such as social media or home environment, or what we could say, lack attention span. So maybe without strong self-discipline, the student may find it harder to concentrate or understand the teacher's teaching.
Alright, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you agree that face-to-face learning is a lot more engaging to students compared to face-to-face learning? And why do you think so?
Alright, so personally, I think face-to-face learning is actually a bit better, a better way than online learning. Again, just as it, because in some cases, when the student have internet problem or connection, they couldn't communicate with the teacher. So maybe they had problem to answer some question. Maybe they in a situation where they need to answer question, do homework when they doesn't understand. They couldn't reach the teachers to get response. But in face-to-face learning, like I said, immediate response. So without a second, the teacher can answer and the student will get response faster.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Mujahid.
No problem. Alright, so to conclude, I believe that face-to-face learning remains important because it provides direct interaction, stronger social development and social bond, and a better discipline. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Mujahid, for that. For presenting your points to us. So, Haris, would you like to respond to his points?
Yes, thank you. So, when I heard about Mujahid presenting his points, I think I can agree that face-to-face interaction is valuable. However, I still do believe that technology is improving, so and online learning can also become more interactive.
Alright, that's true, your opinion is true. However, I also still believe that physical classroom provides stronger social connections.
I understand your point. Perhaps the effectiveness of each method depends on the student's learning style and the subject being taught.
Alright, so thank you, Mujahid and Haris, for the thoughtful discussion. from today's forum, we can see that both online learning and face-to-face learning have advantages and limitations. Online learning provides flexibility, accessibility, and opportunities to develop digital skills. On the other hand, face-to-face learning offers direct communication, stronger social interaction, and better structure and discipline. And therefore, the effectiveness of each method depends on factors such as the subjects being taught, students' learning preferences, available technology, and teaching strategies. So to conclude all of this, instead of asking which method is better, educators should focus on how these different learning approaches effectively to support student learning. So thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.